Wednesday, everybody. I hope you're doing fabulous wherever you're watching. We are coming off an epic race. One of the best. The go-to race of the season, in our opinion, okay? Like, we love all races, but Dirt Surfers is the first one we ever went to, and we love the terrain. We love the environment. We're going to get into all of that. We got some new products to share with you. Some of the sneak peeks. Like, they're not even out to purchase yet, but you're going to get stoked as we're stoked on it. I'm joined with a cast of characters here that make you laugh, smile, and they got stories to tell. I'm joined with my lovely wife of Holly Mendenhall for 24 years next Tuesday. Holly, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Ah, man, if I was better, I'd be a twin. There's too much of me.
There's too much of you. I feel like everything's like a little bit crowded today, but that's okay.
Yeah. My
all good.
All good. Good race week.
Oh, man. Dirt Surfers
Wonderful,
is
right? If you're brand new to the sport is about to change in a sense, in our opinion here. So we're here for it. We got Lily over here. She's listening to the feed. Make sure we're all levels going. How you doing, Lily?
Good. I got my Dirt Surfers jersey on.
Yeah, you know what?
So cozy.
Yeah, it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. I don't know if they sold out of them. I know that they had a few left there, but they need to make another special run with them because, dang.
I think they sold out of them.
I think it was really close to being completely sold out. But, hey, you got 2 more Dirt Surfer races.
Yeah. It'd be
2025.
sweet if you got Dirt Surfers Eureka Springs, Dirt Surfer Windman, and Dirt Surfers Tulsa. Yeah, a different one. Because then you would be more. You would be more apt to buy more of them, and they're so comfortable. Like, here's the deal: they are a great jersey to wear to the beach, racing, to sleep in, all around good vibes. Keep them looking good. You can wear them to work, the whole thing. I mean, I don't know that. I'm not your boss. But if you're brand new to the sport, here on this channel, we talk about Onewheel, the community, Onewheel products, Onewheel races, whatever Onewheel it is, we're talking about it. So we're so stoked to have you here with us. Please give us subscribe to the YouTube channel as we're going to give you the latest news we got for you, okay? We are going to cover a race that just happened. We had eyewitness accounts to it. We were there. But while we were there, Lily Arnold got something new. You got a new life.
I did. We got a puppy.
Well, how about we put that puppy on said screen?
Is he?
While we were in Arkansas, my husband got a puppy that I got to come home to. Legend's bringing him in right now.
We're going to bring you into the camera right here.
This is, everyone meet Jocko.
Jocko!
Oh, he's so tired.
Oh, my goodness. What a puppy.
I want one.
What a puppy. Seriously.
Say hi, buddy. This is your big break.
We're going to make you YouTube famous.
This is your big break.
He's like, what?
Say hi, YouTube.
Here's the deal with the black puppy. It's so hard to...
He's so cute. He's a really sweet puppy.
Yep, everybody needs a dog. Hey, here's the deal. This is where we stand on the subject matter when it comes to getting a dog. Everyone should buy a lab, and everyone should buy a black lab. That's just where we stand on it, okay? Because we all know this truth. All dogs want to be labs. And all labs want to be black labs, okay? We stole that from a dog trainer that we like.
All
dogs want to be labs, and all labs want to be black.
Is black the superior?
Superior, baby. It is the top of the breed.
You did good then.
Yeah, you did. You nailed it. You got going there. So
we have had chocolates, and we love them.
And they're dumb
Chocolates
as
are
rocks.
Funny and quirky.
They are. They're great. They got a lot of the nuances
what are
of a
white
lab.
labs known for?
I don't know. She's pushing for one.
I don't want a white lab.
You should have one of each. How fun.
No.
That's been a dream.
I'm
to
not
have
here
one
for
of
it.
Each, so
it's her dream.
I might just come home with one.
I'm not here for it. But what I am here for is these little badges from Dirt Surfers.
Please.
These were awesome, okay? We've got 1 of 3 done. Right there. It's not coming in focus because there's no human behind that.
So the goal is to
go to the close-up. Let's
stickers.
See. Yeah, your goal is to get all 3 of these stickers so they represent the 3 races Dirt Surfers is doing. And Nick and crew from the Dirt Rachel and team and Scott Mendenhall friends will be at all 3, making it some of the best rides you will have, at least in the registration and experience. The riding's up to you from there out on the trails. But
that's cool because when we first got that in your swag bag, the first 100 got that for free.
Yep.
You can buy it for $10. But it was all black and white, and then you go over to the Chameleon Rails tent, and he puts the sticker on for you.
We're here for it. It's gonna be very, very rad to see the other colors as they begin to come in. So much happened. I do think we posted, and thank you for the autocorrect spelling for us that I misspelled. Just switched a little bit. We're in a hurry today.
It happens.
We had a lot of thunderstorms while we were gone. And so some, like our roof, some of the shingles got ripped off. That's a bummer. All the technology in here, we unplugged, thankfully, before that.
Did you tell Austin and Mercedes they got to come back?
Oh, yeah, Austin and Mercedes, if you're watching, I'm sorry. We need your expertise back on the roof. It was probably some of the shingles that that I put on. No, I'm just messing. But nonetheless, we got to put a little bit of work around here from the storms as we were at Dirt Servers. But in a hurry to get this out and edit down some footage from it, I misspelled it. But I do think that this race is changing the sport. And we're here for it.
That's pretty bold.
In what way?
Well, and some people's going to say I'm knocking other events and things like that, and I'm not. I'm here for all the different genres and versions of, but this is a race event. And you're coming up and people are showing up. I'm here to race, throw down time, see how I stack up. How does a Vesk measure up to a GTS? How does Onewheel or Future Motion stack up again? And you just get that vibe. It's a lot of fun. But there's this seriousness about the weekend that I haven't felt there, even at Dirt Servers, that it was like, hey, we're not coming here to stay up all night. We're trying to put in hours to train.
Seriously.
Yeah, people are like, I'm taking off days to rest my legs.
We heard that so much that like, hey, this around here it gets quiet at night.
Yeah,
because everyone's like, I gotta go to bed.
It's a racer's race.
Yeah. For sure.
And so it does change the environment. That's what you're signing up for. I think when you sign up for some of the other events, there's no knock to it being a festival. I just think that's different. It's a festival, and you have people that ride Onewheels that are there for the festival vibes with a blend of a few racers that are trying to race, and just those environments can tend to get a little clogged up in, well, I need it quiet. I want it to be a party atmosphere. Dirt Surfers changing the sport. And even in what we saw by the statue, you even saw the thumbnail. Let's put the thumbnail right back up. And it's hard for me to know who's under what helmets and stuff, so I apologize for not getting all the names and things of that nature. So for posting you, like, come on. That's an epic picture right there.
That's sweet.
Great.
Now that was taken
like
from that was taken from my 360 footage of it. I had the opportunity to stand right there with the 360 footage. We switched brands to Insta360, and it's a game changer in editing. We probably should get.
This is your first time.
It was. Let's see some footage. Sadly, I don't have my iPad in my. Trying to get the podcast live and audio working. I forgot to bring it over here. So I can't see the chat. So, ladies, keep me informed of what's going on. Here's one of our first clips with no audio. We'll probably repeat it a couple times because it's just like, yes, please. Here, let's roll it again. Watch this thing. Just full send.
Nice.
Switch. Come on. Just flying in the air and then just stomps it.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Right? Now, the background is so amazing.
Yeah, that was so cool.
With Jesus in the background, well lit. It's just... What I loved about it, and if we can come back to what I loved about that entire event, previously at Dirt Surfers, you had this thing called the drop zone, and it was gnarly.
Yeah.
And they've done this one before, right?
It was a little bit of impromptu.
Oh, okay. So it was like kind of not fully planned.
Right. This was
I liked this.
Planned, executed with banners and things of that nature sitting there. It felt like we had minimized some of the risk for potential injury.
And it was easier to watch.
Oh, yeah, because you could be everywhere.
And it was, what'd you say, Lil?
It was easier to watch.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that's the other part. It was
nicer
spectators could see everything. There weren't trees in our ways. And you're sitting there and they're coming.
It's not uncomfortable.
Right, you could bring a chair down, you could bring your drinks down, and just have a day to celebrate. So as you watch the footage, you see the crowd. There's got to be over 100 and some people on the other side of the camera or down where people are going on back down on the pavement. It was enjoyable, and it was like your mouth just dropped. And so let's roll through some more footage of people that were just, again, this was a competition. You look at this little Grom. These little boys in these red helmets, they were sending it all weekend.
That was a great shot.
Yeah, that's the great thing about those 360s. You can put it right there. And
yeah, that was sweet.
Now, unfortunately,
it almost looks like he was holding it. That's such a great
bounces.
shot.
But those boys were, man, they were on fire. If you weren't there, I'm sorry again, not knowing all the names and stuff. All I know is the red helmets. They were sweet. Red helmets won, and their skill level was awesome.
Now is one of them a bit older?
Yeah, okay. They're real close in age.
Oh, I was going twins.
They seem close in age.
No, there's two. I think there's two brothers. I don't think they're twins.
They podiumed on, right? If they wouldn't get Inspire.
Yeah, and was Spy... I'd have to look it up. Was he third?
So we have some pictures of our kids' podium. We'll get right back to here so we can kind of help decipher some of those things. And then we're going to put up from Stoked magazine here in a second. We're going to put up the wins and loss categories of the whole thing. But here are some of our kids that raced and had a chance to podium. So we have pictures of that. Here's Epic. This is the first day, right, Ep? Yeah. Okay. On the Enduro, this is where you race 7 stages back to back in the same order. He podiums first, and those other guys, man, their jerseys are sweet.
That looks great.
And those boys are racing for the location.
Upoa?
Yeah, Upoa.
Did I say that right?
Don't ask me because I was like, I kept saying Utopia.
Right. Yeah, you did.
It's an acronym.
It's an acronym, but it's sweet. They came in representing that destination.
First time
on trails like of this caliber, which was cool to see them even hit the podium.
They were pretty good riders.
Yeah, they were great riders. Epic podium. Next day, Epic podiums again. It's the excursion race with the broken toe. There's Nick on the right-hand side.
How is your toe, Epic?
Epic's toe is black and blue.
Severely stubbed.
Epic, if you ask him how's his toe, he goes severely stubbed.
I love that.
It's a milder condition than what happened to Luke Austin in practice. He didn't even race this weekend because if somebody's like, well, where was Luke Austin in the rankings?
Yeah. He hurt himself before?
Broke his toe. So.
He just broke it as in, like, practice.
Practice, just fell.
He was just riding and...
tied up in foot hooks and all these things. Bummer. And his 3-4 toes were all black. It was gnarly.
It was gnarly.
And so he was out before the race even began. It was very interesting to see two people have similar injuries in the weekend. This very, like collarbones you get, but toes? That's like the first time I've ever heard this happening.
And it happened a couple times.
Right.
This weekend.
Now,
and one's got foot hooks on and one doesn't, so it's not a foot hook issue.
No.
Now, coming from a racer's perspective.
Oh, yeah, that's Holly. We're here for it.
So good. I mean, but it's true, you are a racer.
Really? You can label her that? The only one that's going to label her that
against
is
other
Sophie.
People.
Sophia. She's going to be the one that will label her
She'd
that.
have my back. That's
that's the only one.
No, you signed up and raced.
I'm only
going
to say, like, I remember racing the same trails last year, and this year they were way gnarlier. So if you came off your board and you
Hold on, you just made me choke on my drink. You used the word gnarly.
I've
never heard that word.
I just said it earlier.
Too. Okay, I've heard it twice, but I'm just. What is happening?
There were rocks and roots like I've never seen before. Like, and I didn't do very good last year. I did better this year, but I fell off and my foot got caught.
But that's not dirt surfers. That's
just trail. It's just the way the trails were. That's nothing to do with.
Because I heard a lot of people saying things about.
I heard a lot about the trails.
The trails. Oh, the trails aren't as good as last year.
Oh, I don't know.
So when I was racing at a high level in Ironman circuit, and I would do some of the races yearly, every time, but it's never the same race because Mother Nature plays a large part in the scenario. And so sometimes it would be more windy or hot or cold, rain. And so what you ran into at dirt surfers, nothing to do with humans. It had been so rainy that it washed out stuff and exposed new rocks. And then it dried out and everybody's riding, and we didn't have rain until Saturday night. And so when you're doing a race with dry trails, you're getting the ruts that Onewheels are creating.
Yeah.
And so if you're hearing rumors, the trails were, that's just Mother Nature playing its part in the racing circuit.
Yeah, and I meant nothing. Like the trails, they just were, there was a lot of stuff that if you just hit your foot going at a high speed, it'll break your foot. Because there was just so much.
I don't know. I don't know how you do it.
Sounds
But
awful.
anyways, it's an injury that happened a couple times. And so we were here for it. We got historic. She podiumed both days. She was in Grom Girls. She, on the first day in the Enduro, placed second. And Zoe, and she flying.
Yeah, Zoe girl's fast.
She was, her times were ridiculous. And so.
Did we hear why she didn't do the excursion?
Nope, I didn't.
No one ever heard.
Never signed up for it.
Got it.
But she was there towing the line for the start.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
With no pads on. Nick got nervous.
Her, what was she? She had like a Coke and chips or something.
Yeah, Coke, chips, T-shirt, and shorts.
Just carrying him.
And you were like, I heard Nick. He at the beginning of the excursion, he's like, are you doing this?
Yeah.
In what you're wearing is like, you are extreme if you like, it's impressive. Which we have footage from the pro men's start. Again, and it's just, you're going, why am I showing what we're showing? It's just what we had time to edit. No rhyme or reason, really. It was just what we could get done.
We do have a lot more. I have a lot of footage, too.
Today. And so here is the excursion race. I don't know, Ledge. It's down there, probably the last one, I think. Here it is, pro men going by.
That was insane.
Zoom, zoom. Hey, we're gonna watch that one more time. And this is a scary start, just so everybody understands. Because if anyone comes off their one wheel,
this doesn't do it justice.
Okay, who had the whole shot?
I don't
think
even
Hayden
know.
got it. I think
Jacob Clay and Hayden is
and
what
I think
is being
Hayden
reported.
edged him out.
Here we go. It's because you have a lead right here.
Wow.
In the white helmet to the left. If you will run it again, hit play again, Ledge. If you watch the bottom left of your screen, you'll see a white helmet come in. We are saying that he holds that line all the way out. And then Legend.
It seems like there were less people, too.
Yeah, there was less for that. Because I think, remember,
less than
it ended up
last
getting
year.
delayed and delayed and delayed.
Yeah,
and so people said, I got to go. And they knew storms were all about that area. Legend ended up last at the start. First quarter of the way, he moved up 9 positions. I don't know how many actually started.
How does that even happen? People just slow down?
They fall. Legend's passing.
Pretty good at passing people.
And so then Legend took a gnarly fall and then came out, and then we had a parenting moment
you
and
just
put him
said
back.
gnarly.
Yeah, but it fits my vibe. It just...
No, she can say it.
She can say it.
It's not throwing me off at all.
I am
threw me
from
off.
the 90s. I can say
No,
gnarly.
but gnarly is reserved for action sports and those things.
I'm a racer.
She is. She's an action sport racer.
Who's got my back?
yes,
Come on,
okay.
You
chat.
literally
Chat it
are.
up.
You
No, they're not. They're
race.
definitely...
How about we do a beginner division of the excursion next year?
Oh, yeah,
That
right.
would be
Holly,
entertaining.
Oh,
that would
man.
be entertaining.
My feet
You would
my
be
feet
so
were on
funny.
fire for 2 days after the enduro
That's my
race.
point. You
we
can't...
can shorten
3
it.
stages.
We can shorten it.
I'm not here for any of
I don't
this.
think
I
Nick's
think that
gonna
would be
go for
so
that.
fun.
Not
Nick,
here.
we wouldn't even make it down that hill.
Here's second day of
I'd
podium
run my
on
board. I
Sunday.
See that.
Icon in the Grom girls, icon or historic, then takes first place.
Nice job.
And she was flying.
Historic.
She was
She
cooking.
likes
She
that
had a great
excursion.
time, and so it was really cool. Also, a good shot of Kevin in his leg tattoos. He's got some really cool tattoos.
Yeah,
Right?
They're sweet.
They're sweet.
Kevin's a good guy.
Just zoom in on that for Chameleon Rails. The Chameleon Rails did a lot of work around there to make it a great race, great podiums, great jerseys, great lanyards. The bags were great. I mean, seriously, everything they're putting out.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
brought a lot.
what you're watching, I think, this weekend is a shift in the sport in that Dirt Surfers is officially a brand,
Yeah, for sure.
not just a race.
Yep.
It's a brand. You want that Dirt Surfers jersey because it represents Nick and Rachel in the brand. And we're here for that. The book bags, it's like you just saw people wanting the merch because it's a brand. It's a bit of like, oh, you got that? Well, I was at the race. It's like band t-shirts. When you went to a concert and bands offered t-shirts so you could only get there, it was just, I saw them live and that's how I got the t-shirt. And so great job, Nick, Rachel, Kevin, and team for doing a fabulous job all across the board. And so it was a privilege to be there to help make sure it was safe, fun, executed well, and everybody had a great time. Some more footage from the drop competition, trick competition. They were throwing down some really cool things. And so let's see. Have we seen this one already? Just a good drop. Let's move on to the next one.
Landing.
A good landing. I was here for this all day, okay? If the little bit of switching back there coming in. There's Jeff Adair, everyone.
Oh,
Saw
yeah,
him
it was
there.
so good to see Jeff.
Jeff, shout out to him, taking pictures and videos. Boom, just stomps it.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Let's hit that one. Oh, nope. Elijah. Oh, man, this guy.
That was good with the
He
turn.
landed it, but it took him it was like if you ever watched Tony Hawk do his 900 attempt in an X game, that's what was happening here. He was struggling to land this thing all day. It took him all competition, and then he just, after the competition was over, he kept going.
Intentionality with his arm placement.
Now
Like it matters.
Okay, Lily, we're going to quiz you. Legend, don't lose the placement here. Go play one more of the other videos. There's something unique in Elijah's video that is different than everybody else. Okay, there's Elijah's one more time. Okay, now hit it. Another person's. Okay. Just watch Lil C or Holly. Can you notice what's happening? This. Okay, hit another one. Fine, go down. Maybe just.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know.
He is one.
Can you play his again?
Yeah, play. Epic's got his hand in the air. Look at his feet. Play a different video.
Oh.
Play another video of somebody else. See if everybody at home catches it. This one's hard to catch. Legend, that's the same video you keep playing. Play a different one. There we go. Bit hard again to see.
Okay, yeah.
What is it?
He was opposite?
No.
Switch? I don't know.
No, that one's good. You can see it.
No,
foot
I
hooks.
can't see it.
Everyone but him had foot
I
hooks.
was gonna say I
For the
couldn't
most
tell
part.
if he had the inside.
No, no
nice,
foot hooks.
That's impressive.
That's what's impressive.
Okay.
Oh,
Everyone.
Kevin put it in the chat. No hooks.
Yeah, no hooks.
That's cool.
So it can
Wow.
be done. No hooks. Now
is that what he's about? Like, is he?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just. I ride no hooks. I do. I think the amplitude is going to be less obvious. Like, again, run his shot again. Now he's doing a trick in it, which
high,
is. Man, I think if he lands this, he wins it. But so he's not getting height.
But he is still coming off the same.
He's coming off and the board staying on his feet. That's impressive, right? Come on.
Well done.
Doing a 180 on that?
That's
okay.
amazing.
Now go to a different one we haven't seen, Legend. Maybe, I don't know if I'm speaking language you don't understand today. No, I haven't seen Austin yet. So I know it's in there. Look at that air.
Oh
He
my
did
gosh.
it? I didn't realize
He did it twice. Just look how far out Austin goes. Now he's got
that's
a full
impressive.
hook system on, which is but you can see the difference all of a sudden. You can send it.
Yeah.
And
With
he does.
hooks, with hooks.
Hooks,
Yeah.
right. But that is so
Look,
epic.
He almost he's
Yeah,
got
he
such
almost
control
ran
because
into
there's
that
someone down in the
Onewheel.
but he he's like, I got this. He totally misses it.
He sees everything. I
Oh,
know.
yeah. I think that's it. He only took 2 attempts.
Wow.
First one he stomped and then came off a little bit. This one just laced it. Just straight laced. And so I love it that
that's so cool.
for everyone that didn't see what was happening, Austin and Mercedes came down with lawn chairs and were just chilling.
Yeah.
Watching the thing.
And then
I was even talking to him before, and I'm like, "Are you gonna do it?" No, I don't think I'm just. Then he sees what's happening, and I see him ride off. And then he comes back with all his gear on in all black. I just felt like the all black was sweet look.
He's like, I can do this.
Yeah. And then I talked to him afterwards, like, what made you? He goes, it just looked like fun. And it was for him. It was just.
I love that.
It was just a fun factor.
So anyone could just like jump in.
Anybody could do it.
That's cool.
And
Okay, so in comparing it this way, I mean, this one seemed obviously we talked about like the viewers can see it better, but some of the ones when we've done the drop comp like in the woods that we've done in the past years, it is like you're a good rider, you're good at those stunts and things like that, but some of them almost felt like too impossible. These feel like, wow, somebody's gonna level this up next, like this thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
I think what happens, the difference of the two, the drop zone and then this drop comp, let's just call them those, or trick competition, is that someone can go home and build a ramp and practice and get better and look better. I think what's unique about the drop zone in the woods, and I helped build it, but there was no way to practice this to get really better, and people aren't going to show up and risk their race weekend to hit that stuff. No one touched it until the races were over, then they hit it. This, you could go build ramps at a certain angle. Could you imagine if dirt surfers said, okay, next year we'll have 3 ramps, this size, this angle. Now, I can build my ramp that size and angle and practice and have all of the math done. That's where it levels up the sport.
Yeah.
Instead of let's throw together something and everybody just to see if you can translate. No, if we as a sport begin to start going, here's your 3 ramp choices, the angles, and the landing is this, people are going to just practice it.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And I'm here for it. I really am.
That's awesome.
It's going to be.
Yeah, because you could go home and practice.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. You could not do that with the other thing.
No.
It's hard to recreate, which makes it fun in a sense because it's the only place you could do it. But did Nick say at all, like, if he wants to do the other one again or...
Oh, I don't know.
Just why? It was just because it was what we did this year?
No, I just think it's a good change. I also think there were way more spectators, I think, in my opinion, at the Jesus statue watching this.
Yeah.
Because it was easier to get to. People could understand, hey, it's over at the Jesus statue. Whereas before, it was like, it's down this road and then listen for the noise.
Yeah.
So much easier.
It has its pros and cons.
And you could film better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I could stand there with my camera and get the drops. We're in the woods.
You need to be out of the way.
You got to, So I just saw a great call on Nick and
awesome.
those that were
and that whole area right there is awesome with the Jesus statue.
Yeah, roll one of those again. Just look at the vibe all the way around. You have the Jesus statue lit by the sunset. Mm-hmm. The riders are really easy to see. In my opinion, I love this.
This is awesome.
Elijah's just lacing this. I saw all the effort.
We need to replace that grass right there, but
didn't we lay down that hay?
Yeah.
Was that on
so
purpose?
for some of you that were
no. We actually
with the help of Jacob and
Melanie,
Jacob and Melanie, they were there a week before us with their equipment, and they leveled that out a little bit more and just made it look nicer. Then we came in and we raked out all the rocks, we planted grass seed, we watered it, and we put hay down. And then we held a trick competition on it. And Elijah kept going, man, the landing's really soft. The dirt's really loose. And in my mind,
I'm bad?
Yeah,
because you wanted it to be hard.
A little bit harder. Because what happens is your one wheel soaks in.
Completely raked up.
Okay, so we're going to try something new here, and what we're here on Scott Mendenhall and Friends podcast is we're going to start having promos for other people's things they're doing in the community that we want to help. We're going to take our voice and help their voice to be able to spread the Stoke and stuff. And I use the word Stoke on purpose because last 2 weeks ago, we had the creators of the Get Stoked magazine, which they're trying to get 3,000 subscribers to their first magazine. We want to help them get to that. And so we're going to help them. We've asked them to put together a small ad that would, in video, capture the vibes of a written form in a magazine that would make it easy for you to maybe want to be a part of this. And then after that, we're going to bring what Stoked magazine put on their Instagram of all the wins and categories over the weekend. We'll put that on the screen after this small ad, if you will, for the Get Stoked magazine. Watch this if you're like, please go subscribe to their magazine. You can choose 3 different levels to do that. But we're stoked to be able to help them spread the Stoke about their magazine, which they've told us today. They have the copies in hand. So you could be a part of history, the first Get Stoked magazine that's all about one wheels hitting the world in the community. So here we go. This is from the Get Stoked magazine, their little ad for their magazine. We hope you enjoy this. We'll be right back after this. Everybody, go get your subscription now. You can see there were EUCs in there, so it's not just limited to one wheels, so much more, and it's going to cover all of those. The how-to tricks, I'm sure, is going to be in there. The latest things in races and things of that nature. You can also follow on Instagram. I love that they had on their Instagram, faster than anyone else, the results. And so we're going to put that from their Instagram account. We're going to put it on the screen, and we're just going to thumb through where they drop it. So if we can put that up on the screen really quick, that'd be great. Here we go. Get Stoked. I go to the third. Here are your results, but I think, Lil, you can click them and just thumb through. Sorry. Okay. See all those? Just click over.
So this is the day 1 race.
Yep. Here you go. So Open Pro Men. Look at that. I love how they do it. It's so easy for the Dirt Surfers Enduro series.
Yeah, Brandon, Hayden, Zakiah. And then this is the pro men who got points toward ORL.
Which, though Hayden currently sits in first, I think, in the ORL.
Correct.
That kid's on fire.
Yeah. Hayden, Josh, and Jacob for second and third. And then this is the same because all three of these girls were on Future Motion devices.
Yeah, hold on. Go back to that. This is pro women?
This is pro open. Mm-hmm. So like
pro women.
Any women who would have been on a Vesker.
Yeah, okay, I'm checking.
But it's the same because
they all rode Future Motion.
And they were all the winners.
Wait, is Sarah Meeker on both those?
Yeah. She got third in both categories. Was she on a Vesk? No.
Oh, I don't know.
No. What do you mean?
Well, how's she in open pro women and
because it's the first of the guys is the open like you saw, but that's who got points. But for the women, it didn't change because they're all on.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Pro ORL. This is ORL. Okay.
This is
Thank you, Holly, for clarifying.
ORL right here.
See the ORL in the top right corner?
Yeah,
there?
That's
okay.
ORL points.
I was a bit confused there, but I got you. Okay.
Open Legends, Gregory, Richard, and Tim. Legends, Richard, Tim, and Corey. So there's a little bit of a difference there. That's ORL. And then Open Clydesdale, Gary, Sebastian, and Andrew. And then Clydesdale, Sebastian, Andrew, and Travis. So obviously Gary was on a Vesk. Mm-hmm. Open Expert, Miles, Christian, and Cameron. Expert, Nicholas, Joshua, and Tyler. And then here's Epic's name. Open 14.
There's 20 to 39.
Amateur men. And then 40 to 49 amateur men. And then women. That's my division.
That'd be you.
40 plus. And Grom. There's historic. And beginner mini is Ben Andre.
Yeah, how are you not going to win that, Hal?
Wait, but why wasn't...
Because I'm slow.
Oh, Kevin got third, right? It was his first race. And then we have...
the excursion.
The drop comp results.
Oh, yeah, here we go. We'll just... Here, that's a great picture one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a great trophy.
Sam Barner, is that him?
What?
That's Sam.
Sweet.
Colton and Elijah.
Yeah, that was a great
awesome.
competition. And
great.
so how they held that competition was really cool. If we can come back to me, that'd be great. They held that competition where there was a open where you had 10, 15 minutes of just drop all you want. And then they took from that to the finals where they brought the final 3 to drop.
And so they just had somebody watching for a while.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
So
that's a less...
It's just like what
pressure,
you see in the X Games and the snowboarding,
that's awesome.
big air, best trick kind of thing, is that you have, I forget what you call that all of a sudden, drawing blank. Nonetheless, some new products that hit at Dirt Surfers that they're a bit, they're kind of they're sweet. We're here for it. I don't even know what to say, what it is, but we have this. This is old school. These came out a couple years ago. Anyone know what these are called? Holly?
I know, Gripples.
The Gripples. They're great. They fit right into your shoe from Float Life. But they're hard, okay? They don't squish. Go to Onewheel Parts. They had a tent there. And I do not know what they're calling these. Legend, what are they calling these? Yep, none of us know. But on these, it's a little bit like Gripples. Let's go to the close-up really quick if we can. Okay, they have these little teeth that are sticking out. Okay, and you see them, and you would think, oh man, those are gonna be hard plastic, and I was like, oh, would I want that? Now, what happens when you put this all on there? Because this part is got a little squish to it. Okay, there's a little squish, and they squish down a little bit. Okay, this is 4mm Legend saying from the other side, grip tape with these extra grips that hold you, but when you step on it, it is like stepping on a cloud. I can't wait for us to get a full review on this. This is prototype stuff, but a whole foot pad of this.
Yeah,
I could get behind that.
Those are the studded TPE hex grip tape.
Is that what somebody told us?
I just looked.
Oh, look at Holly coming in clutch here.
Ignite squishy studded.
It would be
TPE.
great if you pulled that up over there. We could put it on the big screen there. Lily had to step out, but this was cool. All of our kids have them. They were riding them. If you liked the Gripples, you're going to like these. I do think you're going to find a preference of one or the other because they are both, they ride different. This, you can put on your toe and heel, and really place it. This, just picture the real estate of the difference. And so, interested, you have to get a whole system of this, or you have to get the hexagon grip tape to put it. We'll see how they come out with this. Full review to come, but we're just bringing it. You can go to onewheelparts.com to check that out. Yep. They were giving these for free. Do we have it to put it full screen up there so everybody can see it on One Wheel Parts here? We're going to flash it up on the screen for you.
There you go.
There you go. So you can get a 12-pack. You can get... They're awesome. These are prototypes that we hold in our hands. You can get the studded TPEX grip tape, you can either get it like this, what I hold in my hand, or a full grip tape. So that was pretty cool to be able to see that out in the wild for the first time, and a lot of the Groms were liking it. I'm one of those guys on race day or the night before race day, I'm not jacking with my stuff. And so we did not mess with those things. But overall, I'm trying to think if there's anything else from Dirt Surfers we need to go over that we're missing. But it was overall a great week.
It was awesome. Nick and Rachel love all of those racers so much.
Yeah.
Huge prize purse.
Oh yeah,
Huge prize purse.
That's we should have led with that. That I'm so glad we have a team around here that can cover that. That's a game changer in the fact that the prize purse was astronomical. And astronomical for all levels.
All three of the men and the pro men, pro women were huge.
Like the purse.
Yeah, we can say what it is, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why not. First place got $3,000.
Hello.
Second place got $1,750.
Hello.
And third place got $1,000.
Yeah, I mean,
which is huge.
Like you got to do some math, and I didn't do it before. Somebody else will have. Just add all that up.
It's
right?
Just under $6,000.
Yeah, but that's just men.
Oh yeah,
then you have women.
Pure, yeah.
Right, and then like historic. She got first place in the both days, right? No, she got
second the first day.
Oh yeah, and second on the Enduro, she got a $50 gift card to Float Life, which she just got in the mail today.
Awesome.
Which that's so fast.
That was so
which
great
again,
job.
A prize purse for Groms like that. She's stoked. She's like, I needed new bumpers or bang bumpers or
that was really fun to see that with the Groms, because Chameleon Rails gave the backpacks, gave of course the trophies that are always awesome from Chameleon Rails.
Yep.
And then the gift card, and then they still got to hit the prize table.
Yeah, it's just the prize purse was astronomical, which again changes the sport, because now all of a sudden Dirt Surfers, they are going to have their circuit that they're doing, 1 of 3 being done. It's like, oh wait, it's advantageous. Well, I'm going to go try my chances at this to win a standalone race. But now if you bank enough points through the thing, Dirt Surfers is trying to put together a big old prize purse.
Yeah.
For the last race, for the overall champion. And I don't know if they're going to do that for every breakdown or every category. I don't know if Groms are going to get anything. I don't know if it's just pro men and women are getting. I'm not a part of those conversations, but it's going to be cool to see the payout of the Dirt Surfers circuit. That should be exciting for all racers, and our eyes should start turning to, this is legitimizing the race circuit of Dirt Surfers, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think that the goal, that's what they were selling, the badges. All the badges that sold, they gave the first 100 away, but they sold these. I
like how you're holding it like this so they can't even see it.
That way. You already saw it though. Come on, guys.
Some people logged in late.
But the jerseys, Dirt Surfers jerseys, and the Float Life Dirt Surfers edition hats, and the badges all went to the prize purses. So that's just gonna keep carrying on for the other series, the other parts.
So
awesome.
So we don't have the ORO overall standings are not all in. I think they're still collecting data, and they're collecting the emails. What happens for the pro side of things for ORL in helping the rankings and things is they send out an email to pros to fill out so they can finish the points and those things. So it's a more accurate point system of what did the pros think? Was the features hard? Was the overall terrain hard? And as they rank that allows them to compare that to other ORL point or venues so they know how to do the point system. And so that's what is happening, waiting for the pros. So if you're watching and you're a pro, you haven't done that, come on. Stop holding up the ranking.
Get your surveys.
Yeah, get your surveys in. My goodness.
You have till tomorrow to get it in.
I would fill mine out, but I'm not pro, and I don't get one. Austin, can I just be an honorary member, please? Can you make a category? Austin, if you're in charge of categories, can you make a new category for me and my friends? Scott Mendenhall Friends, YouTube Pro. That's all I want. It'd be YouTube Pro. Been around the sport long enough. Give you a little bit of resume. Been around the sport long enough. Race all the things. I hit every trail that all the pros could do. I just walked around a lot of things. There was a feature on Trail 8, everybody. I had to ask Austin, how is that even possible on a one wheel? It looked like a wall, a slab like this if you came up to it, a slab like that with your one wheel. And it's like you can't bonk over that. You can't curb nudge it. There's none of that options. And he's like, well, you kind of got to have enough speed right up on the sidewall of the trail and get up over it. And once you get over there, then you had to decide if you wanted to die and ride down this slab of rock at a severe angle. The pros did it. That's what makes them pros versus us. So if we could do that, have a category YouTube Pro, and then I could have one of those emails. That would be great.
That'd be cool.
I don't need a trophy. I don't need a category to win money. It's just more, my kids are just hanging it over my head. Ha, Dad, I get this email, and just feel something. Okay. Thank you for everyone letting me get that off my chest here today.
Well, you took the back seat this weekend. You didn't race.
What? Oh, well, it's not a back seat. We raced. No, don't. That's fake news. That's fake news.
Well, not with
Joey and I raced for the first time ever, which we have that footage dropping. Oh my goodness, it's hilarious. Joey, I wish I would have given a screenshot of Joey. I think I have pictures of him. Maybe I'll send it on. That Joey shows up, and again, blast from the past for so many of you. You're like, I didn't even know he still rode one wheels. He came to Dirt Surfers for the very, 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 very first time. Okay, and when he was there, he decided he would go on a ride. And let's see if I have the picture of what he decided he was going to race in the day. I have a video of him crashing, which I could send that. I don't have a picture of it. Because he just was going in with a T-shirt and shorts. And he wipes out hard.
Oh, man. That's not fun. Sorry, Joe.
Sorry, Joe, but I am here for it. I'll film it all day and take pictures of you doing it, that's for sure. I don't have the picture of it, but
when do you think you're going to drop that footage of you guys racing?
Over the next couple of weeks, we'll get editing to it.
Oh, man,
today was the first day of digging out in the office side of things, so we got a couple more.
Some people were just saying that they missed seeing some of those races and stuff. So
we did it.
Now you have
all
the winner.
Shenanigans.
You have the winner and the athlete back in action.
Yeah, because now Lily's pregnant, so she's not in it. So it's Joey and I. And we made the rule of if you fall off your one wheel, you had to let the other one pass. I hate that rule. I hate it. Because it's basically made for me. That when I fall, they have a chance to get back in the race. Yeah. And so...
Because, do you fall?
I will not disclose that information, but it's the best of 5 we did. The best of 5 we did. I will tell you this. We went through 1 through 5 on the trails.
Of those stages?
Of the stages. And I'm going to be honest. I was blown away on stage 1. Joey did win.
Oh.
So right from the get-go.
Wow.
He was up on me. I felt pressure.
I went out and rode those stages just ahead of time.
Oh, man, guys. Yeah, tell the story.
And which story?
Okay, just go. You went out and rode
rode on stage 2, and as we're riding slow, I've got Rev with me just in front of me, and some of the other kids were flying through it. And we get to where it's like you either go to the right or the left. And if you go left, that's actually part of the pro stage on stage 2. And so we're just standing there chatting for a bit, and Rev just decides to go left. And then all of a sudden, shortly after that, like he was just about up and over a hill, and Epic comes flying down, and he's like, why is Rev that way? And I said, well, he's just riding. And we didn't know which way to go. And he's like, no, Rev, come back. Right after that little hill, they said it's like a rock feature and then like a cliff.
Was it the pro line he was going to?
It was towards the pro line on stage 2. And I did not venture over there to see what it was like. I just called my son back and said, no, we're going the other way.
Yeah, that's hilarious. But Holly did get out there and practice, which was very fun to hear her stories of practicing and things of that nature. And so great job, babe, for getting out there and doing it. I don't know if I would call you a racer yet.
I wouldn't call me a racer.
Because you weren't trying to podium, you were surviving. I'd call you a one-wheel survivor.
I'm very much in survival mode when I'm on my one wheel. All the time. Very much.
You are. But you do a great job.
There's no comfortable position at all, ever.
Hey, next week, we're pretty amped on next week. We have Jack Mudd from Onewheel in as a guest, already set here. We're going to talk to him about ORL in the last race of the season. We're going to get some insider information there. We're going to talk about new products Onewheel has in development. We are going to talk about which we're excited to see the development of this with the San Francisco trick competition they're having in a couple weeks, which I think is next weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Here's a billboard they have.
I thought you were going to ask him about the San Francisco 49ers.
No, we'll do that too. He's a fan of them. I want to ask him, is that a real billboard, or did we do something in like Photoshop? Because I can't tell. What are you saying?
I'm going to say they did something
May 30th through the 31st, they're having this trick competition. Austin was talking about how he built some of the ramps or came up with the idea of the ramp. So it'll be cool to see what this looks like. And I think, again, it's going to be a sport where you get to watch progression happen right before our eyes. So it'll be pretty cool.
So we get to ask him about that next week.
Yep. And it'll be Wednesday right before the trick comp. And so it'll be great to be able to pick his brain in all of those things. So excited about our guest next week.
Because you've been on about like getting some trick stuff in because that people love to see the bigness of those type.
I think you got to do both, and I can see. Because it's hard to. I'm not doing it, so somebody's gonna go. How do you? Just watching from other sports. Like I'll take Shaun White for instance. Shaun White did super pipe in snowboarding and then would try to go do downhill slope style, which had tricks and stuff in it. And oftentimes when he showed up to these events, he would qualify for X Games or qualify, I think it happened at the Olympics at one point, and he ends up pulling out one because of an injury or he didn't want to get injured. And I think you could see that in this sport. You're got people that are like, I'm a racer, but I'm not going to do the trick stuff because I don't want to end my season from a trick. And so I think you got to have both in a sense of doing it. I don't know. That's just some of my thoughts as I think through all that. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm stoked for it. I think both can do well. I don't know if it's the same people.
If they can do both events.
No, I just don't know. Like, I just don't think you're taking racers away to go to a trick competition. I just don't. I think it's a different demographic that will be there, but that'll be fun to see.
It totally. It's like what we talked to Cricket a couple of weeks ago about it. He loves the one wheel just as much as anybody else does, but he likes the tricks, and he doesn't want to necessarily go fast. He wants
put in the chat for us. What do you prefer? As a not to do, but to watch. Do you prefer the races, or do you prefer the trick competition? Because if it's me, don't use me, because I like both. When I can watch it, when I can actually see the race, the full race, I'm here for it. I love it. I don't like when I just get to see the finish line, because it's like there's no drama in that. Race for the Rail does a pretty good job with the drones, and you can see, they just fell. What are they going to do? Are they going to get... I like all those things, but when you just see them start and finish, there's no drama. And the thing in sports that make it so much fun as a spectator is the drama. And
of course.
Did you know that there is a National Trail Day? Did you know this?
Okay. Tell me more.
You didn't know that. I'm taking it.
I'm not surprised because there's a national day for absolutely
Well, it's every
everything.
year, and you're supposed to go help. I looked in Minnesota. There's only 2 local trails that are doing this, but it's June 7th. Onewheel was very kind to put out an email to let everybody know you should get in your trails because Onewheel, after all, is very, very fun in trails. So it's June 7th. Here's a snapshot of the email if you don't get it. I loved how where do trails come from? Trails don't build themselves. It's people like you that help make the trails we love happen. We're proud to sponsor Santa Cruz Mountain Trail Stewardship, who led the way in our local area, help maintain trails near you on June 7th for National Trail Day. So you should look.
So basically, you go out and you help clean up the trails. Is that right?
Yep.
Nice.
Now, and you can click that and go find one local. At least the local ones haven't gone to that nationaltrails.com or whatever it is, and they're not there. There's 2, and they're not very close to us. But I was hoping like Elm Creek would be doing it. It'd be pretty cool to go out there and help maintain those trails. And so if you have a trail system, that needs to be maintained. They don't do it by themselves. Bears don't wake up and do it, and coyotes don't do it. It's you and me. So pick up a rake and get out there and do it, everybody. And so the last thing we're going to talk about, Jack, is there's a hint to Jack Mudd next week, a hint to Dirt 2 dropping, which, I don't know, 3 years ago, they did this mini doc series of going into the trails and building some really rad features and then going through and doing tricks with Bodie and Floaty McFly and Kyle Hansen. Those were the only three that I can really remember. And it's so good. You should go watch it. It's so good. They're alluding to that they're going to do a Dirt 2, which I'm here for. That was a great video. But I would ask them to make it Dirt 2. They need to bring back an old employee. Who would I be asking that they would bring back?
I think you're going to say Ted.
Yeah, they need to bring back Ted. Ted was hilarious in the video of that, his bib overalls and just his overall personality. He made that just
a great guy.
Quite funny and enjoyable. So, Ted, if you're out there, come back and do Dirt 2. I know you speak of that was a lot of dirt moving, a lot of tensions at times, but man, you made that video so epic. So, it'd be a lot of fun to see what they do there. That said, we could keep talking today.
Forever.
We could. We do like to keep it at 1 hour. Sometimes we guest on here and we go over. But overall, we just applaud the Dirt Surfers team and everyone, all the volunteers. Thank you for making it such a great weekend. It was so cool, and I do think this sport, once again, has been leveled up. And so let's get more people signed up for the next stop for Dirt Surfers, which is Windman, which you have all summer to plan for. But get signed up for it early, because the earlier you get signed up, the more Nick and Rachel and that team knows what to prepare for. You will love Windman. You will love, and I shouldn't keep Brooke out of that. Brooke is in there as well. He's the founder of and the creator of Windman. Great location, great trails, location. Totally different kind of trails than Dirt Surfers, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. Beautiful time of year. And I see that it's on the ORL page, which is pretty cool to see it sitting there, because now you can bank feasibly, you could do 2 races before Christmas. They're going to bank points for next season, which would be great, because then you don't have to sweat bullets. What 3 do I get to? So that'll be pretty exciting if you do those last 2 Dirt Surfers, because it's on the new ORL calendar for the season. All right, everybody. Do what you should do on YouTube. Like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Thanks for sitting in the live chat, everybody, today. We are excited for the future of Onewheel. Everybody have a great day. Holly, thanks for being with us.
Always.
Next week, 24 years, we will have been married.
Yes, it will
Looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Adios, everybody. Have a good afternoon. Bye.